All right, friends, welcome back to the Gardener Homestead. Say hi.
Hi.
So the other day I talked about
I'm making
how
pots for my Chinese cabbage.
yeah, she's making paper pots.
This is my Chinese cabbage. This.
Yeah. So the other day I talked about how I made these paper pots from the little paper pot maker, and I had started seeds in the window using like the Ziploc baggie method with the paper towel. And then I killed my first tray of seeds, you guys. I left them outside and completely spaced out. I haven't mentally, I guess, logged that I should be doing nighttime plant chores yet. I'm so like, I have so much on the go with the chickens that I just forgot that I left them outside. After I potted them up or put them into the paper pots, so they all died.
I'm trying two methods for my Chinese cabbage. I'm putting the rest of my Chinese cabbage in paper pots while she's greenhouse growing.
Yeah, I put them in the little, the little Ziploc baggy greenhouses right up here. It's not gonna want to focus on that. Anyways, not all of them died. Like 90% of it died, which is kind of cool because the plants that did survive are obviously super strong, so we like that. And then also here, let's show you here, we have some potatoes that went to seed in the pantry that we're gonna plant.
Jeez.
But here, this is 2 little rogue tomatoes that came up in my trays of leeks downstairs, so that's kind of funny. I'm not exactly sure how those got in there. But we have some broccoli and lettuce and cabbages that survived. And then I did still have seeds started on the window of some other things. So when these trays died, I just replanted them. I'm really excited about those 2 lemon balms, the limoncello lemon balm and the mandarina lemon balm. It sounds really amazing.
Yes,
I love lemon balm.
I'm going to be planting 3 seeds of my Chinese cabbage. 4, 5 seeds.
5? Okay.
Because I don't have enough pots.
Okay. And then, yeah, so the tomatoes were in my leek seeds, my leek starts, and so we took those out. Tomatoes' root systems are really forgiving, so I kind of just loosened the dirt and then pulled as much of the root out as I could and put them in their own little thing, so they have space now. And then in here, I just planted some rhubarb seed from my friend Jessica back in Oregon. She sent me seeds. So I think there's like 2 here and 2 here. I didn't label them because I'm obviously horrible at that. But I figured taking video is always one of the best ways. I like to do that on my phone and like make notes on videos and pictures of what is what so that I can look back. It's like one of the easiest ways to journal your garden is just using the technology we have. So I wanted to document this, that the rhubarb is in these because I've never started rhubarb from seed. We had rhubarb in my last garden that my mom planted years before I had moved back there, so never had to plant it from seed, so I thought that would be fun. And I love planting seeds from my friends, so it would be cool to see if that works out. All right, friends, I want to show you something. My mom brought over some garden stuff for me, so I'm going to be doing some projects today. First of all, might as well just show you these things. So my mom brought over a couple of her Vigo garden beds. She has another one that she's going to bring over here. She had thought that she was going to build a garden at her house. There's a lot of deer, so she needs fence. But she changed her mind. She has since changed her mind because she got a different job, and so her schedule is going to be changing, and she doesn't know if she's going to be able to have enough time every day to be able to like work in the garden. And she figured she wants to spend her weekends with me and the kids usually anyways. So she brought them over here so we can set up her garden stuff over here in our yard so I can take care of it, and then she'll be able to do it when she's over here. But I can keep a better eye on things and add to the garden space here. And then she brought me some little like plastic garden fencing right here that I'm going to put around my tulips are coming up back here. I really wasn't sure if they were going to, but they are, and I'm super excited about it because I've just been like praying affirmations of love over these tulips for months because I've never grown tulips before, and I was just worried that they were going to die or I was going to do something wrong. So celebrating the fact that I have them coming up back there, I'll show them to you guys. So we're going to put up a little bit of a fence around them because I have a dog, I have 5 kids, and I babysit my brother's dog. So it's, I've already noticed that 1 or 2 of the little tulip buds coming up got a little bit like kicked or bumped and some of the leaves broke off. So that's no good. We need to fix that. And then I need to think about where I'm going to be putting these Vigo garden beds. These are like super popular right now. You've probably seen them on Facebook if you're on Facebook at all, or if you're into gardening in any way. A couple of my favorite like big time YouTubers like Jessica Sowards, she uses them. A lot. I mean, they became really popular. And I follow a bunch of folks on Instagram who love them. And it's kind of fun. They actually match my house. Look at this. They're like the same color as my house. So that kind of worked out. She has a big long one too that she's gonna bring over. So we have to decide where we're gonna put those. I was planning on building another bed like this, but over here. And then I kind of changed my mind. Maybe I'll put them there, I'm not sure. There's a lot of different opportunities for our backyard. It's a horrible disaster right now. Spring doesn't look good on anyone's backyard, I don't think. Once this grass comes in, it's gonna be beautiful back here. But so those, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with those, and then we're gonna maybe order soil to fill all these things. But for now, today I'm gonna be working on putting something around my tulips, so.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 1 whale, 2 turtles, and 3 salmon.
3 salmon.
And a squid in the pear tree.
Okay, so I got it all done. It's not beautiful, but it's functional and it works. It'll keep kids from stomping through like dinos, and the dogs also. You might be able to see tulips coming up. They're like, it's really hard to see them, but they're coming up all in the row. There's one right there too. I'm extremely excited, you guys. And here's the state of the backyard right now. This is what homesteading in the city looks like. Kid stuff, garden projects, a ridiculous amount of chickens, chidlers, dogs, messes.
Could you stop interrupting?
But lots of life. And these guys, they're gonna be graduating probably in a week. We're gonna have them out on pasture, whew, and I'll be able to take a breath. And they're really happy. I'm sure that my neighbors probably think I'm wacko. We look like the Clampets in the suburbs, which is fine. We're down with that. We knew that we would be the sore thumb in the urban setting because this is just not normal for us. Sorry, I got dirty. There's like a kid fingerprint. Yeah, we're not really city people. This isn't really our normal setting, so we're fine with that. And these are temporary, although we do feel like at any moment someone might knock on our door and be like, what is going on in your backyard? That's, because they can definitely be heard, that's for sure. And honestly, I am totally fine with being the chicken rebel in town. I would wear that title as a badge of honor. So. It is a super frosty morning. Everything's all frosted over. Buckets are all frosty. It's cold. Look what we got here. Future flock protectors came in the mail today. We put, the girls are most likely gonna keep this Cornish right here. You can't really tell in this red light, but she's got a gray head and a lot of gray markings on her. She must be a crossbreed maybe, or maybe not, but she's smaller than the rest of the chickens also, so that's kind of another indication. But we want them to bond to the chickens, and we can't exactly put them out with the flock because they're brand new and they need to be in where it stays and cozy. But we figured we'd put Tan in here, was what the girls call her, with them so that they could have someone to hang out with. Here are the chickens on the last day of March. So today is a Thursday. This is exactly 3 weeks from the day that we got them. So though they don't necessarily need the light for like survival reasons, I'm still gonna leave it because it's gonna get kind of cold at night. I think we might actually have some snow coming tomorrow. I'm gonna put my other ghetto tarp cover over these raised beds so they have a little more shelter. But as you can see, like, they don't really feel the necessity to be like right next to the light anymore. And they're roaming around. I just fed them like an hour ago and they threw it all over the ground, and now they're scratching it back out. You can see these couple right here are hanging out near the kelp feeder, which is good. All of them are outside except for the one that's inside with the geese. What are you doing, Creek? You checking out the chickens? We have the best cats. They've been around chickens since they were babies, so they just like to watch them. Some happy birds. Hey, look at my onions coming up in my like compost bed. The onions that didn't grow enough to be harvested last year. They're growing now. Hey. So when you're on a budget and your plan kind of falls through, you improvise. That's what we do as homesteaders, right? We improvise. So when I said in a previous vlog that we kind of pushed the square footage, I mean that we probably pushed it, I mean like we had almost exactly the perfect square footage recommended. I think maybe by like, we undershot it by like half of a square foot in the garage for them to brood in for 3 weeks. So today is 3 weeks and we had to kick them out of here, what, a week ago? So they only lasted 2 weeks in there. So as a recommendation going forward for myself and for you guys, overshoot the square footage recommendation on the brooder. It's like 5 by 5. So 25 square feet for 100 birds for 3 weeks. And so we went above that by like 25% and we still didn't have enough. So always overshoot it. Go bigger. But the birds are happy and healthy. We're just keeping them really clean in this space. They have way more than enough square footage now because they have this cross space in between the raised beds, and then they have this big open space between these 2 raised beds and that big one over there. So Poppy, don't do it. Psst, get out of there. Don't do it. Constantly encouraging or discouraging my kids, or my cats, my kids, from pooping and peeing in my gardens. Oh, the woes of a gardener. Anywho, so birds are happy now. They don't need to be under the light necessarily anymore. They just want to be for comfort for their own selves. They have water here and then way down there. I am hoping that they all try to kind of congregate in this side so that I can close off that very far end so that they're safe from predators. We haven't ever seen any predators in our backyard ever, but you never know. Now that these are here, we might, you know. If you build it, they will come kind of a thing. So I hope that they can be out of here in like 3 or 4 days. That would be my desire. I do want to say also that for educational purposes on my end, I am completely open to constructive conversation and criticism for any of this stuff. I would love to learn and kind of grow community in the fact of like getting to know people that have knowledge about this, finding better resources for this kind of stuff. I'm already a member of some groups and stuff, but I am open to constructive comments and conversation, and I would love to hear from you guys if you have any tips or pointers with raising meat chickens. This isn't my first go around, but I'm sure there's still a ton that I have yet to learn. Okay, that was a super short vlog kind of update, but there you go. There you have it. We will be back tomorrow with more. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you out there.